is. The idea is we are going to re-tile the swimming pool. Well, we're not, but I'm going to pretend. And the main question is, how many tiles would it take to re-tile the secondary swimming pool down there? Already we have some questions. Okay, I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to run through this and then questions at the end. Questions at the end. Thank you. All right, so that's the title, tiling the swimming pool. All right, what does that entail? Well, it means you have to be that quantity surveyor person again, which is the person responsible for making these kind of calculations and estimating how many tiles would need to be purchased for this task. There's a few different things that you must do. It will be a poster, again, same size as the last time. So the one there, same size. You don't have to use all of it, but I think this time you definitely will have more space issues because there's more to do. First thing, and you probably get started on this today, questions at the end. Draw a net diagram, a diagram of the pool, so an unfolded diagram of the pool, not a 3D diagram, but an unfolded diagram. So it should look something like this. This is the bottom of the pool. This is the side of the pool. This is the other side of the pool. This is the deep end, let's say, and this is the shallow end. Does that make sense? Because they're the 5 surfaces we need to cover in. Because if you imagine this room is the pool, the floor here would be the bottom of the pool and the sides and the ends. Okay, so you're just there for, most of us, for swim. Carnival last week, so maybe you remember what it looks like underneath. Maybe you can estimate the tiles in your head, maybe not. Those diagrams should be drawn with a ruler and pencil and should include units of length, so meters or centimeters on them, and loads of labels. Stop, thank you. More accurate the better, so if you do it to scale, that's slightly better. If you include an extra 3D diagram, that's very good. Usually the better ones do that, but you don't have to. And that should be something you work on today. So the idea is don't draw directly onto the poster again. We'll use the A4 sheets just in case you make a mistake. When you get a good one, maybe cut it out, stick it onto the poster, something like that. The second thing you need to do is calculate the surface area of the pool. So that's the area of the pool as if there's no tiles on it yet and you just want to calculate the surface area. So you're going to do that the same way you did the room here on last week. Just split it up into different sections. So rectangles are good. You may need a triangle for this one. If you think about it, where the side of the pool, well, we can go have a look, but there is a slope down. There's like a deep end to shallow end slope. You're going to have to work with that. So how does that help? Well, that's a triangle if you want. And then we have a rectangle here and then another rectangle. Okay, so a bunch of rectangles. Remember, you just multiply length times width to get an area. If it's a triangle, you multiply the length times the width and divide it by 2. Okay, so that's the surface area that you need to cover. Subtract any areas you think do not need to be tiled then. So there's some stuff, can anyone give me an example of something on the bottom or the side of the pool that wouldn't need to be tiled? Charlotte? The intakes and the outtakes, yeah. So there's going to be some of those. There's ladders, there's lights, there's all sorts of things. Questions at the end. Okay, and next thing then is a different question. It seems pretty similar, but how many tiles would be needed to cover the pool? So surface area is an area. To get the number of tiles, probably the best strategy is to get the area of one tile and see how many times that fits into your total area, so a division. Total area divided by the area of one tile. That won't be very accurate. Can anyone give me a reason for that? Stefanos?
Because there's still like little bits.
Yeah, there's like half tiles, quarter tiles. Yeah, it's going to be not an exact answer, but you try and give your exact answer. And then a second question, try and estimate how many you think, Nilu, how many we think that CCS should order if they're doing this job. So if you're the quantity surveyor, maybe you say the pool needs 10,362 tiles. How many would you recommend the CCS order? 10,362? Probably not. You might need a few more, wouldn't you? Okay. So that's up to you to decide if you order more or just the exact amount you think. Next thing is to get the volume of the pool. So that's how much water you think is in it. It's actually probably the easiest calculation because, well, it depends on how you take in this slope into effect. It's just a 3 multiplication. The length of the pool times the width times the depth. That's a very simple one. If you want to break it up into more shapes, you can. Then, once you've done all that, there is a part 2 and 3. Part 2 is that discussion on any accuracy and limitations of your work. So there's going to be loads of those, loads of little things that you need to take into account, such as half tiles, maybe include a picture of that or something like that, or a diagram, or the lights, or where the pool intakes are. You can include some pictures and just allude to the fact that those will affect the number of tiles, maybe positively or negatively. The next thing then may require some research, so you're developing your research skills. What do you reckon the cost of tiling the pool to be? So something that has been done really well in the past is if you create a nice, like an invoice or a bill from a fake company that you estimate the cost of this will be, well, here's the cost of the tiles, here's the cost of the manpower, here's the time, all these things broken down, everything you can think of into what might actually be the cost of tying the pool, removing the tiles, putting them back on, all these things. Okay, so you need 2 sections in part 2, and then part 3 is there's an extra question, same as the holiday task, but just pick one of these 5 extra questions. Answer only one, don't answer more than one, but go into detail, show your work again, comment on the accuracy of each one. So how much water does the school pool use every day? Might require research. What's the volume of the desk you're sitting at school? So how, if the desk was hollow and you wanted to fill it full of water, what would the volume of it be? What's the surface area of the maths classroom? That's the same one we did already, so you can retry that one with the same diagrams and the similar calculations. There's concrete stairs up to the art room. How much concrete is used for those stairs? You'd have to get the volume of those stairs. And how much oxygen is present in the maths classroom at any one time. So that's based off a volume of this room and then figuring out how much oxygen would be contained in that volume. That'd include some research as well. Pick one of those. There's no extra marks for picking one that you think is harder. It's the amount of detail you go into and your accuracy and your laying out of work, because this is a communication and real life assessment. It's how you communicate your work. So being neater is better. Step by step is better. Headings, better. Using rulers and pencils, better. Using diagrams, tables, formulas, better. And how you deal with the real life issues, getting real life answers, such as estimating the number of tiles, school should order, estimating costs, and dealing with these extra questions and limitations will determine the task. The right answer on this, I can help you with that. Getting measurements and stuff, I'll help you with that. But the stuff that you have to research and estimate, I'm going to direct you but not help you as much. So I'll definitely help you get the answers and measurements. Today, we're going to take a little trip down to the pool and have a little look, a first look. We're going to do this twice. Today is going to be a first look, maybe a first measurement. I don't know if anyone's brought any rulers or measuring devices. We'll have a little look at what you might need to measure, take some measurements, maybe take a quick sketch. You're going to do this on your own. So you're going to submit it on your own. It's your own work, but you can discuss with others and work together to get measurements together and things like that if you want. I will also provide any measurements you are missing. So if you get something and you forgot, I forgot the width of the pool, I can give you that measurement. So don't stress too much about the measurements. It's more the accuracy you should be focused at when you get down to the pool. What are the little things that you didn't notice that you could put on the diagram and things like that that you didn't notice before. So the due date for this is going to be next Thursday. So that's whatever that is, 2 weeks, 2 school weeks to do it. So that's 8 lessons. Same as the holiday task. You can work on it at home, but you cannot bring the poster home. So the poster's going to remain here. You can take A4 pages or work it at home. You can work it on your device, print it out, all those things. The same rules as the holiday task. If you want to do the diagram on your device, that's fine. If you think that's going to increase your neatness, go for that. All right, now I'll answer any questions. Chloe? To measure, yes. And to take pictures down the pool, yes. So you might want to include some photos in your posters. You couldn't really do that for the holiday task, but now you can include lots of photographs of, okay, this is areas where I saw some accuracy issues, or I want to take a photograph of that light just to see what kind of measurement I can estimate from it, because you're not going to be able to measure some of the stuff at the bottom of the pool. So you're going to have to do a lot of estimation. So take some photos when you're down there, and you can print those off and put them on your poster. Once again, I am not printing anything off for you. Either is Ms. Sri. You can go to the library to print or print at home if you want. Stefanos.
First thing I wanted to ask is, could we ask around, like, could we ask people who maybe know?
You can, but I want to see the calculations.
For example,
Yeah.
like Mr. Ben, maybe he might know.
You're going to ask the principal of the school if he knows how many tiles exactly are on the... Yeah, he's not going to... You could ask him. By all means, go ahead. Let's see. I'm interested to see what his answer is going to be.
Can you give us some measurements for like how many are up and sideways?
No, that's your job. Asher, if you have one. Did you bring one? No, you're not taking anything from anywhere else. You can bring it to class another day maybe, but not today.
You said like how much water goes to school we use every day.
Yeah.
Could we like take all the measurements like of how like long the pool and everything is, and ask ChatGPT like roughly how much water would be in there if there was.
I prefer you to calculate it rather than use ChatGPT. This would be a kind of assessment you can use AI for ideas, but not for any calculations. So I want to see you work it out. I just won't give you any marks. You can do that if you want, but you won't get any marks for it if I see it's done. Charlotte?
So we have to show all of them.
Yeah, so keep your working out nice and small. There's actually surprisingly not that much working out in this. Once you get the surface area of these 5 sides, and the volume is less working out than you might think. You can include extra working out, like extra accuracy issues. You can start to get the area of circles and things like that. If you want to research that, you can, or I can help you with it. But yeah, it's the workings I want to see on the poster. Yeah. No, you'll be marked down if I see stuff hanging off the sides. So you gotta look at your poster size. You can see what size they are, and use it wisely. So you probably would fit, I don't know, how many, 8 to 10 A4 pieces of paper, depending on how you cut them, on one of these posters. That's more than enough space. Think of a 10-page presentation. It's more than enough space to do this. So maybe write smaller, cut smaller, is an idea. Chloe?